Because it will. If you go to share, you go to share, you go to sharing and broadcast settings.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Audio broadcast settings.
And watch how you talk when you talk about me.
Oh, this is audio. And this is broadcasting. You do audio sharing settings. They got include microphone, audio, and video clips. That's that top one. You see that?
You say yeah, video clip, screenshot.
No. When you go to go press sharing, go down to sharing and broadcast settings, and then go to audio sharing settings. And it should be 3 boxes. You see include microphone, audio, and video clips.
Yeah, include microphone and audio, video clips.
Yeah, I clicked all these. I make sure all 3 of these.
So mine wasn't only two of mine was clicked.
Okay. So I did all 3 because I'm a broadcast and I'm a with a video. So that's what I learned today watching the videos.
Good shit.
Somebody press X. Go in. I have mercy.
Get over here. I know this is out. But we're not out to get up over here.
Why they don't take me in here? I'm trying to mess with my place. Don't take me to the lab. I'm hoping they kick me out the instance.
You say lab?
Nah, you still in here.
Alright. That's another thing. With the lab, it's like it loads in. It's like loads into a whole nother thing.
Hey, Derek, I bet you can't do that in real life.
I can do that shit.
You can't. You do that shit, cause you ain't got the rhythm. You ain't got the rhythm.
I'm a beast.
You on the spot? You on the spot?
Yeah, we all in the squad.
Hold on. Am I in the squad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm in there.
Alright, I'm about to put the timer on. I'm gonna talk about some sports.
You just pulling out all the dance moves. I see.
Right, I see. Yeah.
Got your little 91 going on.
Yeah, I'm stunned with that 91.
Yeah, I mean, we better talk some sports.
Hit that X button.
NBA off season. The last time we was on here, we was talking about LeBron going to the Lakers, but definitely been some changes since then. So we got Boogie Cousins going to the Warriors. I think we should probably just start there. So I got a question. Is the season pretty much over? Is it pretty pointless to try to be too invested and really think that any of this is gonna be anything different than the Warriors winning the championship?
Yeah, but you gotta realize Boogie ain't coming in until All-Star break. So, still then, still regular season need to be played. So. But we'll see. I mean, the main thing is he's gonna come out the East. That's gonna be the real competition.
And I guess, I mean, the season over. I mean, I wouldn't even invest in it too much. I mean, to be honest, You just get prep up to get ready for football, enjoy FIFA. Other than that, I mean, it's ridiculous that the system in the NBA is just completely broken. I mean, Adam Silver has no backbone.
It's all about
We
money.
definitely need to put a rule. Huh? Say that.
Go ahead, continue.
But I think they need to put a rule in or something to prevent stuff like that. A guy should not be underpaid $20 million. If he's worth 25, then he shouldn't be able to take that kind of pay cut. I don't care what his injury looking like. I'm sure, and I still can't believe that no team was interested. I have a hard time believing that.
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think any team knew that he would accept a $5 million offer. You know?
Right.
So I just think teams probably was scared away because of that, because they didn't think he would take that mid-level exception. But Matt Barnes was saying that he talked to him the day before, and he was intent on signing with the Lakers. He said, but then Golden State contacted him, and he said, well, well, if I'm gonna do it, I'm going to get this chip.
That's crazy. What do y'all think of the excuse of like his injury is the reason?
It could definitely play a part. I mean, to think about it, you get a superstar player, but you're not getting a superstar player to the second half of the season. So, I mean, if you're in any team that's in a position where you need him to play, I can see it going that way where you just didn't do it. You didn't offer the contract. But if you go to state, you can afford. You can afford to wait for him to come back, get healthy.
Well, according to Elton Brand, no big man has come back from that injury 100% yet. He said that was really the start off of him not coming back.
Yeah.
But
it's definitely tough.
I always look at their injuries like an athleticism.
Yeah. I said Elton Brand wasn't the most athletic person at that position.
And that took whatever athleticism he had when that broke down. And from there, it went to his calf and his knee and his hip and his back. Yeah, it's a breakdown.
I mean, I get it. I mean, he didn't play over the rim, so I get his justification of it. It's hard to believe that if teams would have known that he would took $5 million to play for the season, I'm pretty sure he'd have got more offers than just that. Yeah. Same thing with Kevin Durant last year. If people would have known Kevin Durant would have took a super pay cut, people would probably try harder. It's just to me. I don't want to.
But I also think the only reason why they take these pay cuts because they know they can win now.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, I get that. It's just a cheap way of going about it, though. I guess I don't really hate the players for it. I just wish that the NBA had a way to address it, like with a rule or something. Something that would just guarantee the guys. A whole bunch of guys are not going to take pay cuts. I'm just shocked the guys are doing that. Like it's that bad.
But it doesn't. It's not painting them in a negative light because what's the narrative for all athletes, professional athletes? Oh, they selfish. They don't want to win. They just want the money. But these guys, they're actually like, nah, we really want to win. We're going to take these pay cuts to show you we want to win. We don't care. But then again, you have to look at it like this. The money off the court that's being made is at an all-time high as well. So the money that they're not making on the court, they still make semi making up for it in off the court endeavors. So
Yeah, but that's not really true because let's see in the top 7 players in the league, the money off the court is bigger than the money on the court. And DeMarcus Cousins doesn't have shoe deals or all that other stuff. I don't know. I don't even know the endorsements that he does actually have.
He
Like
does
he
it
has
have
ain't
a
like
like
Nike deal.
he has
He has a
shoes, but
Nike deal.
he don't have like a signature shoe
Yeah,
or
he don't have
something
a
like that.
signature shoe, but he does have a Nike deal though.
I mean
Yeah,
yeah,
but
but what is it?
but is he making more money on the court or off the court? That's really
He's making more money on the court than he is off the court.
Nah, he has a couple but nah, he does
Now,
commercials and things.
let's think about that. Like LeBron doesn't need the money.
right.
Right,
Like
yeah, LeBron doesn't.
so, KD doesn't need the money.
No.
Kyrie Irving doesn't need money. Steph doesn't need the money. So you're talking about I just named you several players who make more money off the court than they do on the court.
Yeah.
Like the perception is that he took less money to go to a better team to win a championship. I'm not buying that excuse. My thing is he knew for a fact that he could sit there and just get a championship and just it's a free ride for a championship. Like no competition. If anything, you made the statement of that he was gonna go to LA. For some reason now everyone's backing off and they don't want to go to LA. Why? Maybe because LeBron's there. You know, like if they really wanted that pressure that everybody claimed that they want, they would go to LA and help Bron out. But eventually everybody don't want that pressure. Everybody just want to smooth sailing and get those easy championships, and Golden State is the best place to do it.
Yeah. I mean, but we also too. I mean, go. We got to see what. Yeah, go State gonna be the favorite. I was trying to think of like who we should be on their bench, but they still got the same bench, so they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I just this is I'm I'm not very interested in the season itself. The whole thing with Kawhi is really confusing me because now first report is he wants to get traded and go to the Lakers. Then he doesn't want to go to the Lakers. Now there's this new report or these reports talking about he want to go to the Clippers. Because he doesn't want to play with LeBron. I don't get what the
Well, I never heard a report that he didn't want to play LeBron. The report that
no,
came out.
it was a new one on Bleacher Report. I just read actually before I got on here that now they're saying he'd rather play with the Clippers. Which
Yeah,
I thought at first he was saying no, he didn't want to play with the Clippers. So it's weird that you have these conflicting reports about what he wants to do. Him going to the Lakers could put them in a conversation where at least they'll be competitive against the Warriors. I don't think they'll be good enough to beat them, but any kind of competition, that's what I'm looking for. Houston, I think can compete, but they won't beat them. That whole game, going to 7 games, that's not gonna happen.
I mean, I understand. I mean, the reports to me are kind of conflicting. I mean, because when he first said he wanted to go to LA, he never said that he wanted to go to the Lakers. He said, "I want to be in LA." So him saying him LA would mean that he could have just went to the Clippers or to the Lakers. Doesn't matter. He just want to be in LA. Now, I didn't read a report.
They talk. So that was another thing. There was like a whole report that they were supposed to be talking on the phone. It was a conversation about whether them playing together and all this other stuff. So, and I don't understand what Kawhi's doing anyway. Because the last thing I heard from that reporter from San Antonio, who apparently is sitting on a bunch of stories about Kawhi, but he's not trying to say anything till they figure out whether he's gonna stay or go. But he let one little nugget out earlier today, talking about when the Spurs came out to New York to visit him to see how his injury was. That apparently his team was hiding him. Like they came out to a building and his team was hiding him. Like they took him to another part of the building so that the Spurs couldn't see him. Now to me that don't make no sense. You're
I mean,
rehabbing a team that's paying you millions and 20-some million dollars, or however much they was paying them, and you won't even let the medical staff or anybody see you so they can know what's going on with you. It's like you're just basically hiding from the team that's paying you. That don't make no sense because they just wanted to get an update, and apparently he's hiding. So I'm confused on that whole thing. Kawhi could make a difference, I think, if he made it to the Lakers this year. But if they're just gonna,
good move.
if all this whole game just to get him to LA, whether it's the Clippers, I doubt it's the Clippers. I don't even think the Clippers got the assets
I mean,
for
they don't.
for a trade. They
Not
just traded
anymore.
everybody away.
Yeah, not anymore.
They're definitely
Boy, you
rebuilding.
hate the pass.
Nah, it was a bad angle.
There's
Like
really
even if
no
I pass
nah.
it to him.
There's no nah.
Nah, seriously, if I
Derek,
pass it to him,
what you
he's
think of
underneath the
Kawhi, man?
basket.
Derek, what
Yeah.
you think of Kawhi? The whole situation.
I mean, I know. I mean, it's pretty much his team was sowing dissension, I guess, or saying they were protecting him. I mean, that's really all I've heard about that.
You think it would make any difference if he goes to the Lakers, or as
Oh
far as
yeah,
like competing with the Warriors, or you think it's pretty much
yeah. I
it
mean,
won't matter?
he's one of the best players in the league, still in my opinion. So you putting him with the best player in the league, they can definitely have a chance to break down what the Warriors do with their physicality, the defense. They can score inside and out just as two people, him and
Mm.
LeBron. Yeah, they can definitely put up a fight.
So I mean, if you're the Lakers, do you trade all your young talent
No, I
and
just,
draft picks for that, or you wait it
I
out
mean,
one year?
I
I
wait.
still,
I
I
wait a
would
year.
still, I wouldn't trade them. I would just still throw out the same pieces I've been throwing out because at the end of the day, the trade deadline is coming up. Like when the season starts, deadline's gonna come up, and they already know that he's a free agent that summer. So they got to get something in return for him. So as much as they make it out to be like, well, the Spurs have the leverage, they really don't in all actuality because if they trade him to a team, he doesn't have to sign in for a 2-year deal. He could just
Yeah,
spend that rest of that second half of the season there and then just leave.
yeah, yeah.
But the problem I have also is that um like like the players like it's it's kind of confusing. Like we know that they run the NBA now, clearly. I mean, it's not even like NBA coaches or like GMs put up a fight. If players are unhappy or disgruntled, they just force their way, out of these cities. Um, but the thing that we're missing is that, especially in Kawhi's case, I mean, I don't know if does anything in his contract state that he couldn't seek a second opinion about his injury.
No, I mean,
I don't
from my
think so.
understanding, I don't think the issue was so much the second opinion. I think the issue was keeping it secret. You know what I'm saying? Like he went to New York, and basically what they're saying is he hid. So whether he got a second opinion or not, they weren't able to get the information or see for themselves. It was this whole thing of, Kawhi stated he didn't trust them no more and basically shut everybody out and quit for the season and hid in New York part of the time when he was supposed to be getting his second opinion. So, you know, when they were asking Pop that question, that time when he gave that wild answer, when he was like, we don't know." Like he wasn't trying to be funny. He literally could not tell them anything because they tried to figure out where he was at injury wise, and not only did they not get any information, they couldn't even see Kawhi because his team was hiding him. Even though they were all in the same building, they made sure that Kawhi didn't contact any of them. So it's kind of like this extreme reaction to whatever the issue was, because it's tough to to quit a whole season and then to say he's not going to play for a second season, an entire season. That's a lot. You
Yeah,
know,
but these are not words that's coming out of his mouth. These are words that are coming from
his
people from
team.
the
Yeah.
Spurs camp. Like, let's be
Well,
honest. This guy says 5 words throughout a whole NBA season. So how we know exactly,
well,
what he's
part of the
actually
issues,
stating?
but that's what I'm saying. He didn't. The fact is, he didn't play
Yeah,
right at all. So it's
that's
really his
that's
actions
tough in
that are
some
really
way.
speaking to it.
Yeah,
Is that he's not playing at all. And then the report about him hiding didn't come from the team. It came from a reporter that I guess was supposed to sit on that, that and other stories because I guess he's not trying to put his sources out there and all of the other stuff. And he's kind of waiting to see what's going to happen because I guess if Class sticks around, he don't want to bury all that. You know what I'm saying? Try to bury him. But I guess
Yeah,
if he leaves, I guess this reporter's like, he gonna say everything he know about it.
yeah,
So
but I
but I'm
mean,
saying if he doesn't play next year because the Spurs can't find a trade, that's tough to sit out 2 years
yeah,
I mean, but
and
we
think
also basketball now and basketball 20 years ago is completely different. You're dealing with different personalities. You're different with different, like players. Like these players are not the players 20, 40 years ago. Like these players are not like it's me, 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 and nobody else. Nobody. They don't care about anything else.
yeah,
Like, and I feel like a lot of the media, a lot of the coaches are still leftover bits and pieces from you know those generations, and these players in this generation don't quite fit the philosophies that are you know that are installed by these coaches from pretty much and GMs and media from the past.
yeah. It's definitely a different league.
It's a I wouldn't it's a generation gap in the league.
But still, but like I guess it. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that the Lakers can try to minimize how many assets they give up, but at least give up enough where, I mean, it will never make sense. They'll never be able to give up equal value, but at least, if they give up maybe two of the players that they're talking about and maybe two of the draft picks and just leave it at that, that might be something to stomach. At least that'll give some competition to West, because what I don't want to see is just sweep, 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 sweep. Like that's just gonna be boring. And
Oh, I
really,
mean,
it's
let's
gonna.
be honest.
I'm just
We're
gonna watch
going to
the
get
East.
these. We're going to get these sweeps. Like these sweeps are coming. It's going to happen. My thing is like, and I mean, everyone is, I guess, so-called trying to look forward to the Eastern Conference. But let's be honest. Like the clear-cut teams and in the East are literally Boston, Sixers.
oh,
What's the other team? I
Milwaukee,
can't even.
Raptors.
Milwaukee.
Raptors, and
Oh,
Wizards.
what do you
Nah,
think of
I
the
mean
Wizards? They
they'll
just
be.
got
o-
Dwight Howard.
I mean they'll be okay, but the like I said, the three cut teams in the East are literally Milwaukee, the Sixers, and Boston.
And the
Like
Raptors.
I don't
The
think the
Raptors
Raptors
is
are
the
going to
number
try.
one
I
seed.
mean, yeah, but a healthy Kyrie Irving coming back to Boston, that's going to wrap up the number one seed in the East. I
It
mean, you
becomes
talking
like the
about,
Boston.
yeah, he still has another year though. So
Yeah, he gonna
No,
play
no,
more.
no. I mean, but they still might trade him because of their pieces right now. They have more pieces than they have playing time available.
well, whatever the case may be, they still have a healthy Kyrie Irving. I can't make any rumors or speculation about trading him. Um, the Sixers are going to be better because those two young guys got playoff experience under their belt, and then Milwaukee's just going to get better. Like that's my sleeper team in the East. Like Milwaukee's kind of not going under the radar and not being talked about as one of the contenders coming out of the East.
Hey, Corey. Oh, there's too many people. He's trying to get a
Uh,
spin.
So I mean, as much as the Wizards have, improved and upgraded in areas, I just don't think it's enough. Like I don't think they have that top echelon talent on the top of their team to compete with those better teams in the East.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, the interesting thing I think about the Wizards is that they called for athletic bigs. Wall thought that that's the main thing, the ingredient that they were missing. And to pick up Dwight Howard, yeah, he's a little older, but looking at uh, the some of the YouTube stuff from last year when he was with the Hornets, I actually was impressed with how athletic he still is. I mean, he was getting well over the basket, still dunking on people, still catching oops, so still blocking shots. And the fact that he averaged 16 and 12, I mean that's pretty impressive.
No, it's definitely impressive. I mean, that just shows that he has longevity, in the league. However, I'm looking at the top of the Wizards roster, looking mainly at Bradley Beal and John Wall. And then when I go to Boston, I'm looking at Kyrie Irving, Brown, Horford. I go to the Sixers, Embiid, Simmons. I look at Milwaukee, Giannis. It's like that top echelon talent and the top of those teams
Hmm.
are better than the better top two players of the Wizards.
Yeah,
Mm,
I mean those guys are definitely rated
mm.
pretty high. Um, Simmons won Rookie of the Year and got a whole bunch of triple doubles. He does a lot on the court. Uh, Boston definitely is stacked because they got the Eastern Conference Finals and they were missing two of their best players. So that was definitely, I would definitely say that they favored. And I guess injuries can always change that, obviously.
Yeah.
Who else is in the East? That's pretty much it. So I mean, for me, I think the Eastern Conference is going to be
Oh,
exciting.
I
But
another sleeper team, the Pacers. So a lot of people are sleeping on the Pacers.
But I don't got Lance to make the bangs no more.
Yeah, but they got somebody. I forgot who they picked up.
Tyreek Evans, who got
Yeah, they
Tyreek
got
Evans?
Tyreek Evans. I think Tyreek Evans is an upgrade over
Yeah,
Lance.
Lance.
So the Pacers are going to be a problem. They're going to be very competitive. If they were competitive last year, they're going to be even more competitive this year. And this time, they don't. They have somebody who can actually give Oladipo a break, and he can play off the ball. Ben Evans, being able to handle the ball. So the East will be interesting this year, and we'll see um, what the Knicks do. I mean, Porzingis is still in the East, so
Yeah,
they
the
could put
Knicks
some
is a
talent around
dumpster
there.
fire.
We'll see.
What'd you say?
The
What'd you say,
Knicks
Corey?
are a dumpster fire.
No faith in them.
Mm,
Corey, what you
Nah.
think the Wizards going to do?
Was it? I think they're going to compete for that number 4 to 5, 4, 5, 6 spot. I think they're
Hmm.
going to. Yeah, I think they got a chance. I think they got a chance to get to compete. I like the experience. Um, I don't like Austin Rivers, especially if they say they're gonna use him in a three-guard lineup. I don't like that. You know, only
What's
because
wrong with Rivers? What about Rivers don't you like?
he's one of those that needs a couple rhythm dribbles first before what I'm saying, before he gives a shot. He's not really a catch and shoot guy. And if you gonna put him on in the three-guard lineup with Wall and Bill, Wall's gonna be the primary ball handler. So
Mm.
you're gonna need Rivers to come off screens and be able to catch and shoot. Um, I hope this summer he's gonna work on it. That's the only way I can see that three-guard lineup working.
I
Now,
mean,
if it's Thomas Satoransky, now if they do the three-guard lineup with Thomas Satoransky, he could actually spot up and shoot from the corner and stuff like that. So,
and Rivers
I
can't.
Rivers can shoot though. I think Rivers
Not
can.
Rivers is
in spot up
actually
duty.
no.
Yeah, he can
Rivers is
spot up.
actually Rivers can actually run off screens and actually spot up shoot. He's actually a better spot up shooter and off the screen shooter than Bill is. So,
I
I mean,
beg
I
to
don't
differ
know.
now.
I don't know what game you saw. I don't know what you saw last year from Rivers, but he was actually very capable of doing that. The only reason why the Clippers were even volunteering to trade him because they're trying to get they're trying to decrease Doc Rivers control and power over that team.
Yeah, I mean, they got a de facto GM now. Over Rivers, but yeah, as I say, I see Rivers game, and it's kind of hard to imagine him kind of like changing his stripes and turning into a catch and shoot guy. Because
It's
a lot of what
interesting
I
because
saw, a lot of what I saw from him last year was dribble, dribble, shoot. Dribble, dribble, shoot.
yeah, he liked to dribble. One of the things I read that Wall and Rivers were in Florida together. And before Rivers got traded, they were actually training with the same trainer. And they were talking about, Wall was talking about the Wizards and he was talking about the Clippers, and they were just talking about what was going on. And then shortly after that, he got traded, and then they were on the phone with each other, like talking about how crazy it was, how they just was talking about, where they were with their teams and how now they're going to be on the same team. And I guess Rivers used to play in his AAU days, used to play against Beal all the time. And so they actually played against each other. So he has a relationship with both of those guys. And I think that's another important thing is the chemistry. I think if those guys have good relationship and they talk to each other, that's the only thing I worry about with Dwight is can he fit in that locker room since he's been